Hi everybody. We have a lot of questions that people have been asking lately, and one of them is, what do I do when I don't care for my training partner? I'm in a nice dojo, but I always get paired up with this person that smells, their uniform stinks, and we happen to be working on headlock defenses. The person that's breath smells, the person that resists everything that I do, the person that I just don't care for, the person that's always trying to lecture and teach me, the person that resists and doesn't know when you get hit how to react to that, the person that's just dumb overall, the person that is just clueless on how to react in a dojo and how to have etiquette. We've all experienced this before, all of us, in not just martial arts, but at work, at home, in any type of social interaction. You're going to have people that you just don't get along with, people you don't care for, people you don't like, people you hate in some cases. And they're going to hate you, and they're going to dislike you, and they're going to be negative to you. You're always just going to rub someone the wrong way. At least 10% of your audience is going to despise you, so remember that. There are tips that we can do, and I've written down a few here that may help. I'm not guaranteeing anything, but these tips may help. First thing to do when you have a difficult uke is to turn the mirror on yourself. As with everything that I try to tell students about, it's to turn the mirror on you. Are you the jerk on the mat? Are you the person that stinks? Are you the person that is arrogant? Are you the person that's resisting? Are you the person that people don't want to train with? So what kind of uke, what kind of training partner are you? It's always easy to judge other people, but sometimes we are the ones that are actually doing the negative things, and we don't see it because we're in the middle of it. I always say you're the only person in the room that can't see your own ears. Think about that. You may think you're the most attractive, beautiful person, but you're the only one that doesn't see that you have big, ugly ears, but everyone else can see it. Yet you're the one that says, look at his ears, they're big and ugly, yet you have the biggest in the room. So don't ever forget that parable, to change it and try not to judge too many other people. Be tolerant. Train often with the person that makes you feel uncomfortable, not comfortable. You don't want to always train with your best friend that you grew up watching martial art movies with. That is not an attacker. That's not reality. The person on the street is going to try to rip your head off. So why would you train with someone who's not going to resist, who's never going to question your technique, who's never going to make you step out of your comfort zone? It's very important to train with people you are not comfortable with, because last time I checked, fights are not comfortable. I've been in a few. They're the most weird and unnerving and frightening thing you can imagine, and you want to get it over with as quick as possible, because your body goes into flight or fight syndrome, and it's not healthy. It's terrible. So get over it as quick as you can. Training with your best friend is nice, but it rarely helps you get out of your comfort zone. And the dojo should be about stepping out of your comfort zone. It's about challenging yourself to become a more enlightened person, a more strong person, someone who's a tatsujin, a total person, a total package, has to be the person that steps out of his or her comfort zone the most. The person that doesn't even know where the boundaries of their comfort zone is, because they experience so many things that are positive and negative that they're just good all around at everything. Another thing is, when given the opportunity, run to train with a higher ranking student. Don't always train with the person that's easy to train with, the person 5 belts below you, because it makes you look good. You're trying to brown nose your teacher, so you toss this little 90-pound girl around. Train with the big black belts, the guys that are 6'3", that are 300 pounds, that don't move easily when you go to throw them. The guys that are going to challenge you and resist. The guys that are going to put the smackdown on you if you don't do it right. That forces you to not use strength and speed in your technique, but proper form and proper technique to take the person's kuzushi balance, to take the person's footing from underneath them, to hit them in just the right spot so that they react in a realistic manner. So always train with higher level belts if you can. Run to the black belt. Run to the person that's the biggest in the room, not someone that you're comfortable with. Don't be afraid to communicate to your training partner. A lot of people, an annoying habit that's very common is the instructor will give instructions and they say, okay, pair up with someone and go do that, go. And when you start, your training partner turns around and starts to reteach you what the sensei just said. It's so annoying. We've all been through it. This person just doesn't have a clue. They think they're helping you, and they may be doing it out of the goodness of their heart, but there's nothing more annoying than being lectured at when you're trying to just shut up and train. You have to communicate to your friend, hey, can we just train? I don't want to talk at all. I just want to do the technique at half speed until I get the kata down. Then maybe we can adapt and do some other things. But for now, I just want to be quiet and train. You have to, in a skillful manner, communicate that with your training partner so that they don't lecture you the whole time. That's very important. You have to have the guts to communicate in a kind way and set the boundaries you need to. If your partner resists every move that you try to perform, he's not allowing you to learn the basic form. We've all been paired up with someone that just thinks that they're the best thing to ever hit the world, and they're the most annoying. They're the person that resists everything. You try to do a throw and they just hunker down and don't let you do it. Those are the people you need to soften, the people you have to add some, what I call, spice into the soup. You got to add some salt and pepper, a little paprika, and then by that I mean when they resist you, poke them in the eye. When they resist you, give them a knee to the groin when they don't expect it. Hit them in the nose. Move this way instead of that way. Change it up. Evolve the technique to make it work to this particular individual. Usually after a while they get tired of being hit and they soften up. And that's important for you to do as a training partner. If you get someone that's too resistant to your katas, of course tell the instructor. There's nothing wrong with that, because you can't resist the technique until you learn it. You have to learn it, and if you start resisting the technique right away, you lose confidence in the technique's ability to save you. You instantly think, well, this technique is junk. It doesn't work on the street, so because they resist it. Try to make the technique work, and then as you get better, evolve it, and then resist a little bit later on with a training partner that will do that with you. So be unpredictable. Be unpredictable. You sometimes have to soften a training partner that's just a little bit too rough. Don't hesitate to talk to your sensei. The teacher should know each person in the room. They should know the spirit of the class. They should know what they're dealing with and who they're dealing with. So if your teacher doesn't see that this person's being annoying, maybe step after class and talk to your teacher about it. Let them handle it. It's their job. You're there, you're paying to train, not to be lectured at. You're paying to train, not to be bullied by one of the other people on the mat. Cultivate a tolerance to all kinds of people in life, because again, we want to overcome our discomfort, not just inside but outside the dojo. This is such an important, and perhaps the most important part, and the tie into all these other little things. You must be tolerant. We must work on our patience. We are going to be paired up with someone we don't like. It's happened 1,000 times to me. And when I do that, I first turn the mirror on myself so that I can become the best training partner. And then I want to listen to my training partner. I want to be the person that they want to train with. I want to give them just the right amount of resistance, just the right amount of speed and power that they need. I want to be good at ukemi and how to roll out of a technique. And I also want to land how a normal person on the street would land. I want to work on my tolerance. If I'm working with someone that I just don't care for, I need to work on myself, not them. I'm not going to change their personality in an hour. I'm not going to change the way that they train in 10 minutes. So I need to work with this person and get what I need to out of it. If I'm working with someone small, I work on how to become small like them. If I'm working on someone that's stronger than me, I learn how to use speed and gravity to my advantage. If I'm working with someone who doesn't have good hygiene, I have to learn how to tolerate that. And then make sure that I smell good when I come to the dojo and brush my teeth and stuff like that. We have to tolerate other people. 99% of the world out there does not tolerate you. So you need to be tolerant to them. You need to learn it. We need to cultivate that skill. America's getting larger. The world is getting bigger. More and more people that we don't get along with are coming into our lives. We need to learn how to accept these people. We need to learn how to adapt within this society. We need to tolerate those that are unlike us, because if you start to put up boundaries and walls and things and always using me versus them, you're going to start to develop a fear for life. You're going to develop a hatred for other people that don't look like you or train like you or act like you. And that is never turns out well. You need to be an open-hearted person, someone who loves rather than hates, someone who accepts rather than rejects. You need to be the person that everyone wants to train with. And that's the key too. You need to be the person everyone runs to. When the sensei says, grab a training partner, you need to push people off you because everyone wants to train with you because you're just the best uke in the school. And that's the goal. That's the goal. And talk to people, communicate. They'll tell you if you're being a jerk or you're being a good person. I hope this helps. It may not help you at all, but it helps me because we go through this stuff. If you're active in your training wherever your school is, or you have a training group or a partner, or maybe you don't, you're going to have to be prepared for this type of stuff. So this really, I wish I had stuff like this when I was coming up through the ranks. People just to tell me the way it is so that I was more comfortable. And I went years and years without asking the right questions. Hopefully this helps you. If it doesn't, okay, leave your comments below. Like and subscribe to our channel. Again, I'll try to answer these questions when they come to me. And if I get enough on one subject, I'll address it. Otherwise, you have a great day, happy training, and be the best uke you can be.